y'all. Hey. I'm still like slick waking up from my nap. How was today for y'all? How did Cancer season come in and treat y'all thus far? Welcome in to all of our lovelies who are catching a replay. Shout outs to y'all. And welcome in to everybody who is joining us live at this moment. All right. Peace to Trillis, the motherfucking illest. Ramoski. Nino, Graffiti. Hey, what it do? What a BD. Peace Lemonade. Van. Welcome in, y'all. We're going to be getting started in just a second. Oh, yeah. Peace, Jessica. Taquan. Hey, welcome on. I am well, Van. Thank you. How are you? All right, y'all. It's hot. Welcome in, babes, to the Crystaline Mars show. I am your co-host, Mrs. Double Jones. I am the lady with the stones, the come heres, and the leave us alone. And I'm a spiritual guide to assist you in this life in any way that I can. If you'd like some spiritual guidance, if you need some spiritual guidance, if you need a helping hand, head over to the website, CrystalineMars.com, and book your personal services, your candle rituals, shop our spiritual tools, gems, jewels, whatever you need. You'll get free shipping for all U.S. orders over $75. Thank y'all so much for the love that y'all show in every way you choose to do so from your orders. I was able to ship a lot of you all's orders out today. And if I didn't get you if you didn't get a tracking number yet, you are in queue. I did not forget about you. Thank you all for your bookings. Thank you all for sharing this space with us. Thank you all for the cash apps, the super chats, the shares. Thank you for your kind words and the energy that you choose to exchange. I return it all back times a million, okay? Seen and unseen, it is definitely felt. And so if you would like a live reading tonight, you can send your love offerings in. I will be conducting them first come, first serve. I have nobody on queue, so we can start with you. Cash App, Zelle, Apple Pay, and Venmo are the options in which you can send your love offerings in for a reading, or just because maybe you don't want a reading, but maybe you want to sprinkle some love. Super chat as well for our YouTube lovelies. We do accept offerings that way for readings. So y'all can go ahead and send those in, but we're going to go ahead and transition on to the next segment of the night, which is the nightly message. Lemonade said, I got my order. Oil smells trophy. Fantastic. And my jewelry is beautiful. I'm glad that you love your order and your oils. Thank you so much. May they assist you with whatever intentions you have set and help you when it comes to attracting all that you desire. Peace, Ray Bay and Sign Films, Guave. Zena, thank you for coming in with the likes. So the nightly message is play the role before it's real. Peace, Bell. Play the role before it's real. That's how you reel it in. I just added that part. But I have written or typed, that's how you call it in. Play the role before it's real. That's how you call it in. And I speak from experience, okay? I'm not going to give y'all my life story tonight. But I channeled, Spirit doesn't wait for you to feel ready. Spirit responds to how you show up. When you walk like it's already yours, speak like it's already done, and move like you are already chosen, the universe aligns with that frequency. This is your season to stop shrinking and start embodying. Don't wait for permission. Don't wait for validation. Play the part as if you are already hold the role, because you do energetically. The blessings are just catching up to your embodiment. So our declaration is going to be, I carry myself like my prayers are already answered. I carry myself like my prayers are already answered. I carry myself like my prayers are already answered. And so I was first inspired to channel this message for today because I was speaking to someone in my life, a lovely, I call y'all lovelies, a lovely in my life, and she has this desire she's been with her partner for about 7 years. She has this desire to get married one day to her partner, to have children, at least one child by her partner. But she battles when it comes to showing the love and the affection. And she literally asked me, how do I get out of the mindset of, well, I'm not his wife yet? And I was like, well, you got to play the part to get the part. It's important that we remember that, because, you know, in the spiritual community, it's a popular saying that goes around, which is like, you don't have to work for it, or you don't have to, all you got to do is just show up and receive. And it's like, that's debatable. Just like if you had a position on a job. So this can apply to any area of your life. Any area, any position, any status, any energy that you want to align with. Move in that. Like I was saying, just like if you're on the job, you think the manager, the boss, the CEO is going to pick you just because you look cute. That could be a thing. But follow me. Or they're like, oh, well, I see that you have potential. You're not showing me anything, but I'm going to pick you to be the shift manager. I'm going to pick you to be the group leader. I'm going to pick you, right? If you desire to be a husband or be a wife, but you're not doing anything to show interest, you're not doing anything to court your lady, you're not doing anything to stand out, you're not doing anything to show that you desire to hold that position, what is going to convince or motivate, rather, what is going to motivate anybody to marry you if that is your desire? What's going to motivate your boss to hire you, right? What's going to motivate your boss to give you that pay raise, that position? What's going to motivate the universal energy to align you with your desires? What are you doing? How are you speaking? How are you showing up? And I shared with the lovely, I was like, you know, especially as women, we like to think, and it's a lot of it's like trauma based, but we have this mindset where it's like, I'm going to wait. I'm not going to do all these things before marriage. And I'm not telling you this isn't about marriage, like I said, but somebody may need to hear this because we are in Cancer season, and this divine feminine, the Cancer sun is now here, and we're also in the moon. The moon is in Taurus, which is feminine energy. So we have two feminine energies present on today. Okay? Really, we have three feminine energies present because Friday represents Taurus and Libra, right? And Cancer because of the sun, and it's the 20th. And the 0 is feminine energy. But this is also for the masculine as well, to show up for the feminine and be that leader, be that protector, right? We need you. We need you. And it's important that the women, that we understand our role and we begin to check ourselves and we begin to hold ourselves accountable as mothers, as nieces, as daughters, as whoever. right? It is time for us to allow the love to flow and stop waiting for permission, stop waiting for validation, and let it flow. Let it flow. If you want that position, how are you showing up? Are you on time? Are you mastering your skills like at the job? How's your communication, right? How do you get along with the group? You want to have your own business, or say you have your own business and you want increased clientele. How are you moving right now? Are you moving like a boss? Are you moving like a six-figure business owner? Are you investing, or are you so busy on resting? Right? So play the part before you get the part. And that is how you call it in. I got you, Nino. So our declaration, like I said, is I carry myself like my prayers are already answered. So if you didn't leave that declaration down below, do so. I encourage you to do so. I carry myself like my prayers are already answered. Graffiti says summer solstice also begun. Yes, it did. Today also marked the first day of summer, the summer solstice. And summer season is the season of manifestations coming into full bloom. You showing up fully. And I don't know how the energy was for y'all today, but this Cancer sun came in like a wrecking ball for me. Emotionally, I've done a lot of deep work. So I'm expecting like smooth transitions for the most part with this Cancer energy here. But the how it showed up for me today was I was exhausted. I was exhausted, and you would have thought I did a million things. And I'm like, gosh. And so that's what this Cancer sun with this summer solstice and this Taurus moon is calling for me to do in this season is to slow my pace. Is to allow myself to rest. And this has everything but nothing to do with my baby. And this is a message for the collective as well. Slow down. Are you always rushing? Communicative. How are you communicating? Do you talk so damn fast? So eager to cut people off. Your anxiety just takes over in the conversations. Your mind can't even be still. Somebody's talking to you, and 2 seconds into the conversation, you're gone. Right? You're always on the go, always on the move, always on the scroll, always on the need to know. Be still, chill, heal, allow for truth to be revealed. Yes, you will still be expected to show up. But we definitely, it is important that we tap into our body at this time and feel. Honor what we feel. Rather, it's emotions. Again, there could be certain things that you're subconsciously, because with Cancer sun energy, now we're here, Cancer season. Cancer rules the moon, which rules our emotions, but it also rules our intuition. It represents our connection to, or the lack thereof, to our intuition. It also, Cancer energy is connected to the subconscious mind. So there could be things that, you've just been like piling positive affirmations on top of, things you've been ignoring, things you've just been, just chucking it, being busy, just trying to spiritual bypass. Maybe you weren't even aware these were a thing, and it's coming up for you. There was something that came up for me today that I just said, and I was like, oh, that is something that I subconsciously feel, and I don't feed that thought because I don't want it to grow, but it is a thing though. So let me acknowledge that thing. Let me rewrite that thing. Let me rewrite that story. So what stories are you ready to rewrite? Right? What new narratives are you ready to bring to the table? What relationships are you ready to heal? What parts of you are you ready to reconcile with? When it comes to family, family is going to be a big thing. Cancer has to do with family matters. Family matters, not just the mother, but family. Okay? So let's extend grace. Let's be patient with ourselves and with the people around us. And again, honor the season that we are in and the season that we are being prepared for. There's this energy that I'm channeling right now where it feels like ahead of the curve. I'm picking up on fall energy already. And so that might be why you need to fall back, because, and when I say fall back, I don't mean just fuck off. But Spirit may be calling you to rearrange things, to move things around, to make your life easier so you can be in position to reap your harvest now and throughout fall. So you may be a little worried about what the future holds, what's next for you. But just trust the process. One sec. Okay, we back Instagram. So we're gonna go ahead and move into the daily energy. 911, what's your emergency? We caught 9/11 yesterday. Welcome into everybody who has joined. I'll be covering the daily energy for June 21st. All right, so I channeled for June 21st. First off, it is a non-universal day, so there's going to be themes around endings, around transformation. And I channeled floodgates of energy pouring in. So there could be a lot of energy coming your way or that you're around. And so it is important, again, that you just be mindful and very intentional with that of which you give your energy so you don't deplete yourself. It is the 21st, so we have that Elegua energy. This will be a great time to work your Elegua candles. If y'all have purchased any from Crystaline Mars, if you hadn't, this will be a good time to order some. You may have some difficult decisions, some shadows that are holding you back from letting go of certain things, because it is Saturn day. And Saturn represents restrictions. It has to do with like the shadow aspect of things as well, especially with this 9 energy. So there could be shadows that come to light that attempt to sabotage you, keep you in some kind of loop, or just slow you down. So this will be a good time to, or if you already do have these blockages that you are aware of, this would be a good time to conduct like a road clearing ritual, or to book your own road clearing with Ogun, and your door opener access granted with Elegua on our website as well. I channel to pay homage. So this paying homage may be paying homage to the ones that came before you, paying homage to the people who helped you, even if that was through hurting you. This is a time for us to really delve deeper and forgive and release. Release. There could have been some people who did you dirty over the past year, recently. Even if they didn't do you dirty, they could have just left you high and dry. They could have challenged you in some way, whatever. But this is a time to pay homage and to give thanks to the ancestors, to all, for the assistance to helping you get to where you are today. Even if you don't like where you are, you're right where you need to be. Okay? A lot of us as well will be walking into a new chapter, crossing the threshold, like I said, in the spirit. There's a lot of spiritual activity happening right now, and you may feel like I said, I felt today like you would have thought I did a lot. There is a lot that is happening. There's a lot that our other bodies are doing in other realms. And so I do see this crossover energy here as well. I channel moving in or out. Moving in or out. Not sure if there is some decision that needs to be made in regards to a move. Could be a physical location like a house, apartment, a relationship, a job. Again, this is the time to really do some reflection and open and close some doors. So the colors for the day are red, black, and baby blue. So go ahead and leave your red, black, and baby blue hearts down below so we may all tap in for our next segment, which is going to be Tarot Tea Time, You and Me Time. This will be a general reading, so I want y'all to take it as it resonates, move the energy around, and we're going to go ahead and carry on. Amal said I needed this message. Ashe, thank you so much for the likes. Welcome into all of y'all who have joined us. Thank you, Victorious, for the congratulations. I did switch over our, first off, thank you all. Thank you to all of you who have ordered some things from our baby registry. We are expecting at the end of August. And I've gotten some things in the mail from our lovelies, and so thank y'all so much. I did switch our registry from Target to Amazon. So our updated registry link is on Amazon. I do have it linked in our link tree. I have yet to add it on YouTube, but it is in our Instagram bio. So if y'all like to send some love and support and maybe get a box of Pampers or anything, we have things varying from like $5 and up. It is a greatly appreciated in advance. And again, to all of you who have already generously sent things or purchased things, we appreciate the love. So let's see what we have for collective. Let's see. I want to stick around this energy with the play the role before it's real. I want to tap into future energy to see what role is this. You may know, so this may be confirmation. You may not know, so this may be revelation. But may the truth show itself. Ashe, I see our hearts. Sierra said, I'm going to buy something this week coming. Ashe. Belle Reef said, I tried that water. I'm hooked. You tried this specific kind? I told you, it hit different than Harmless Harvest. It hit so different. I love it. And I love it. Chill. All right. I ain't getting carried away with y'all tonight. Brother Laz is coming tonight. I saw my man's dressed. And so I know he's coming on tonight, so I'm not going to drag tonight. Last night we had a nice little time. Okay, what we got? Okay, we got 0505. Unexpected shift. Remember yesterday I channeled this energy when I was talking about how yesterday was episode 460, and that added up to 10, and that was like a full circle, a completion. And there, even for today, I channeled, a lot of us may feel the shift. We have unexpected shift here. This 5-5 adding up to 10, representing completion, full circle, something being public. Okay, so it says this number serves as a gentle nudge to pursue whatever interests you most. It's possible something could rock your boat. Come on, water. But You'll end up exactly where you belong, which could be in somebody's arms, your dream job, or abroad, etc. So this is literally in alignment with the message of the night that we've been talking about. Play the role, because you might just end up in somebody's arm. So are you moving like you're in a relationship already? Are you carrying yourself like you're in a relationship already? And some of us may be a little scared to really open ourselves. You may have been falling in love with yourself or this life, this single life or whatever, to where you've convinced yourself that you're good on love, that you're good on what you really do want. Maybe because you want it, but you don't want the stress that comes with it. You don't want the manipulation. You don't want the deception. You want genuine energy. You want authentic energy. You want everlasting energy. You know, you want fulfilling energy. And so but you may not have a past. You may not have a good past. You know, and or you may really want like a certain amount of money. You may want like your own business, or you may want to actually live in a larger home or something more renovated, right? But maybe the season you were in, you were called to really be grateful for what you have, right? For where you are. You may have been just like, I need to learn how to love on me, what embracing myself looks like. I need to reconnect because I don't even love a lot of parts of myself. I don't even know what I like to do. And you may have just been exploring these things, and now you're like, well, actually, I'm good here. I'm okay. And Spirit's like, no. What you desire at a heart level, at the core of you, is still here for you. So go ahead and be honest with yourself and open yourself up to receive that of which you truly do desire on a core level. And again, go ahead and play that role here. I told you it's a lot of things shifting. With this unexpected shift, let me see something real quick. Ooh, so we have the full moon is on the 10th. This 5-5 adds up to 10. Full moon is a culmination, and there's a lot of things that will be brought to surface. But right after the 10th, on the 11th, today is an 11 show. Today is episode 461, if I'm not mistaken. And that adds up to 11, right? So on July the 11th, that date could be significant for a lot of us. But the moon enters Aquarius, which planetary ruler is Uranus. And Uranus is the planet of unexpected shifts. Okay, so July 10th, July 11th, that's 111 energy, 9/11. I don't know why I'm channeling 9/11. Okay, the 9th through the 11th may be significant. Remember, I've been channeling 911 with your emergency. I channeled that yesterday. I channeled that today. The 9th is on Wednesday, which is Ilegwa's day. The moon, the 9th is on Wednesday. Then the full moon is on the next day, which is the 10th. And then the 11th, the moon enters Aquarius, which is going to bring this shift. So we got a few weeks, obviously, but there could be something major coming in at this time. So we definitely, I'm getting like nesting energy, like prepare and rest. Prepare and rest. There are things being moved around to accommodate you at this time as well. If you are not able to show up in the way that you want to, be honest and communicate that, and you'll find that things are going to flow. Like, don't overexhaust yourself. Like, right before I was like maybe 5 minutes into my nap, and Brother Lagaz came home, and I just knew he was about to cook, and I was in the living room, and I'm like, fuck, like, he about to come in here banging pots and pans, bitch. But he was actually considerate. And I don't know if it was on purpose, if it was intentional, or if it was the universe guiding him to do whatever. But he actually ended up just coming upstairs and, you know, doing whatever he did up here. And he let me sleep for a little over an hour. And I went upstairs after I rose, and I was like, thank you, because I really, really, really needed that nap. And so it's okay, again, to pause. It is okay to ask for some, or to take some time off, to ask for some time off, or to ask for some space or grace, okay? So let's see what else we have here with this unexpected shift. In honor of the moon, Cancer energy, I am going to pull from our moon oracle deck. Shout outs to Kyla for the Dizzy Diz. Oh, Belle Reeve said it looked like harmless. What is this? No, this is the 365. This is the Whole Foods brand. This is the Whole Food brand. This is the one that I'm hooked on phonics. Harmless Harvest. Harmless Harvest is like my side bitch, but this is my main thing. You got to go to Whole Foods and try this one, and then we can talk. All right, let's see. We have bad company. Some friends are not good for you. Encourage positivity and remind them of your worth. A strong support system uplifts each other. Some friends are not good for you. Encourage positivity and remind them of your worth. So there could be some unexpected shifts when it comes to maybe the dynamics of your relationships, right? It could be people who are usually closed off to you and what you got to say, or maybe guidance, or just what you have going on, and they may actually be coming to you now like, no, like, tell me, like, I'm open, I want to hear what you got to say, like, you know, or I want to work with you or something like that. Because they may be backed in the corner. Somebody may be seeing themselves, and they may be seeing how they really need you. This could be in a relationship. This could be at a job where the boss may be trying to overlook you because of whatever reasons, right? But everybody else is failing them, so they're like, fuck, I gotta go to collective, right? This could be a sibling. This can be a partner who just really challenged you, who didn't see your worth, who didn't see your value. And this is time, this whatever shift this is pulling you to the front for you to showcase yourself, without trying to force your perspectives, without trying to force your energy onto anybody, onto anything, without trying to manipulate anybody emotionally or anything like that, spiritually. I do see some energy flowing to where you're going to be in position to now really have an influence. And again, there is this message to still not overdo it, though. Don't overdo it, okay? Don't overdo it. Do not overdo it. But it's like this moment you've been waiting for kind of thing that I'm picking up. But it's interesting because I feel like if you are in this energy where you're very eager, this is going to be something that you're processing. To those of you who you've already moved through this energy, it's interesting because though it's like you may have been really pressed to like help somebody heal or wake somebody up or show somebody something about themselves at one season in your life. Like you were just really adamant because you wanted better for them, or you saw something, or you had something. And then they were just like rejecting you, or they were just blocking it off. Like they just were not open and ready. And so you moved into a space like, okay, I release, like, go ahead and do you, baby boo. I mean, I can only help you if you want to be helped. And so now that it's coming back full circle, there is like this healthy detachment that's here now, to where you're not going to be like super eager. But some of us, that's why I said we're in different seasons. So that's why I want you to take it as it resonates. But some of you may find like, wow, okay, it's now they're coming to me, and I mean, I'm gonna give them what I got, but I'm not so emotionally invested as I was, which is good, because had you been emotionally invested, baby, you would have been sucked dry. Okay, if you had been emotionally invested as you were before, you would have been sucked dry. Some of you are in that space where you're learning what healthy boundaries look like emotionally. You're learning how to hold space for those people around you and let them bump their head and just provide support. Like, well, hey, it's like the kid, who you got to let them fall. You got to let them scrape their legs, but you got the Band-Aid, you got the peroxide, you got the gauze, you got whatever they need, right? And so, or you have some tools. I won't say you have whatever they need, but you have some tools to assist them in their recovery, in their healing, or their comfort, or something like that. But some of us are learning to let people just figure it out and how to be a support without like making them feel bad, or like, giving them our ass to kiss because they didn't want to listen. Because there could be some things that you called, you know, some things that you saw necessary at the job, some things that you saw necessary in your relationship, or you saw like, look, you need to make these kind of changes to get those kind of results. And again, maybe that person just wasn't in a space to receive or something like that, but the tables are turning. Thank y'all so much for the hearts and the likes. I love y'all. What else we got? We have lack of trust. Trust is crucial for any relationship. It requires honesty, transparency, and consistency. Rebuilding trust takes time and effort. Okay. So trust may be a big theme for you as well, with trusting your discernment, with trusting your potential, with trusting your ability, with trusting your gifts. Some of you are so intuitive. Some of you are so intuitive and you want to do like spiritual work. This is for some people specific. And you may be called to go on a journey to really like call your own bluff. I remember when I first was awakening and I discovered Reiki, and I just heard about how people were saying how you have energy in your hands and how you can transfer energy. And I was like, I want to try that. And so I tried it on my friend. And I asked her her feedback, and she gave me feedback, which confirmed that I was doing what needed to be done. And I just kind of like let my spirit guide me on it. And I was like, okay. And then I tried it again on my mom, and she was like, girl, whatever you did, like my back don't hurt no more. And I was like, oh, okay. So it was just little things like that I had did that just kind of like showed me like that I am powerful, or I do have, you know, these different abilities, right? And so some of y'all are on that similar path where specifically, and it doesn't have to just be around spirituality, but there could be something that you want to do, but maybe you don't feel like you have the skills or something like that. And I encourage you to test it out. Challenge yourself and actually do it, and be open to, you know, criticism, be open to feedback so you can get better at it. But it's gonna definitely be a theme around you establishing trust within yourself again. Okay. I was just thinking about what I shared earlier. Remember I told y'all like something subconscious came from me. Like this is my second delivery and on my second birth, and the first one was a emergency C-section, and this one is going to be a VBAC, a vaginal birth after a cesarean. And I'm like, I never went through actually pushing a baby, so in the front of my mind I'm not nervous about it, but subconsciously I think like, what is that going to look like? What if I tear? These aren't things that I think about, but again, they have come to the surface today, and I'm like, you know, and so I'm like, but I'm like, at the end of the day, I just have to prepare my body the best way I can, declare that my body is ready and it knows what to do and all these things. And so you may be thinking worst case scenario, like, because you could have been in this space before, whatever this is for you, right? But maybe it was a little different. And so now you're being called to push through and go down a different path. And it's like, hold on, like, can I actually push through? You know, am I ready? Can I handle this? Can I do this? And that's just going to be something that you have to train your mind for. And again, like we talked about, set your frequency, set your vibe, set your mindset, and the universe will align with that frequency. Okay? Thank you, butterfly. Theodore said, wow, just got off the train and the live came up. Glad to be here. Well, we're glad to have you here. We have relief here in reverse. Life can be overwhelming, but don't forget to give yourself relief. Take breaks, breathe, and let go of the unnecessary pressures. So with the relief being in reverse, this is you maybe really struggling right now. Yeah. You may really be struggling right now because you just may have like this hyper independence where you just like go, and you like ease. I don't know what that is. Flow. I don't know what that is. lean into my intuition. What does that look like? If I don't do it, it's not going to get done. If I don't do it now, it's not going to get done. And Spirit's calling for you, like we've been talking about already. Allow yourself to take breaks. Breathe. Didn't we say that? Breathe, chill, heal, and allow for the truth to be revealed, whatever that is for you. So I want to pull one more from this deck. Belle said, you got this, let it flow. Ashe. He said, get out my head. What happened? Then I said I had 2 cesarean, first emergency, second one choose. Ashe. Ashe, Amber J. Okay, we got doing too much. Doing too damn much. Doing too much. Again, it may be a battle between mind and matter, and it's just like you may have all these things that you want to do, but your body's like, excuse me, lovely, I'm not on that. Not right now. I'm not. And so with this 0505, there's also a message around being slow to speak. I know this has been showing up for me more and more, and this shows up often with my daughter, but lately it's been a thing where as soon as I tell her something, I'm thinking about something, she take it and run. Yesterday I said, ooh, I'm feeling kind of beachy, and she been worrying me about the beach ever since, and I'm like, damn, I should have never said anything. She went to my mom's last night, I picked her up today, she's talking about, ooh, I'm feeling beachy. I'm like, ooh, I'm not, you know? And so there could be things that you want to do, again, and this could have to do with like people asking you like, hey, can you show up? Hey, do you want to come here? Or hey, can I borrow this? Or hey, and it's like, hold on, pause. You don't have to make a decision right now. You know, you don't have to make a decision right now. You can say, hold on, let me get back with you. I'm gonna get back with you. I'm gonna check some things out, or I'm gonna see, right? If it's not about people asking you of things and it's something that you want to do, pause. Pause, and don't be so fixated and stuck on, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this tomorrow, I'm gonna do this today. Okay? And just allow for the energy to flow. And allow for it to be divinely guided. Allow for you to be divinely guided. So let's go ahead and close out, y'all. We're gonna close out with a fortitude message. Ashe Kieta said, I know every birth is different, but I was horrified with all 3 vaginal births because the previous one wasn't bad. I did have the epidural though, had 2 broken bones that had me crying like a bitch. Ashe. Sheesh. Yeah, I did a lot of healing from my cesarean. I remember 4 years ago, I did like I traveled back to that time when I was deep in my healing. And there was a lot of things that came up and I was like, oh shoot. From me feeling paralyzed, from me feeling alone on the table, and it was really traumatic. Like, I was like, they cut me. I was like, oh my gosh. It was things that I harbored that I didn't even know. And this was like 2-3 years after birth, when I did that traveling, and I was like, whoa. So I've done a lot of like healing of that past story and my past experiences. And so now it's just more so just remaining optimistic about what I don't know about, which is like the actual pushing part. Midnight said, that's where I am, anxious, doing too much. Theodore said, you're closing out. Is it too late for a reading? No, it is not too late. I do have a lovely in queue. So you can send it in now, and I'll do yours right after his. You said allow the energy to flow. I like that for sure. You said my baby has really been showing me I had to change my entire birth plan. Really? Wow. Ashe. When are you due? Okay. So here we have the burden is so heavy because you're trying to carry it alone. It's okay to ask for help. Support is here. Release resistance to assistance. The burden is so heavy because you're trying to carry it alone. It's okay to ask for help. Support is here for you. Release resistance to assistance. So there could be some people, right? Today my doula was like, well, why did you pick a doula? Because honestly, I've been emotionally straight. I ain't really been in a space where I felt like I needed the doula in a way that the doula could be. And I told her honestly, one, because my insurance covers you, honestly, and two, because I don't know what I might need, so I didn't want to just close off to the idea of, you know, the help being here. And so there could be some help here. There could be some things that you don't even know you need from some people that you don't even know you need it from, or you don't even know they have what you need. And so Spirit wants you to open up to receiving the help and just being mindful of what bridges you burn. And again, ask for help, right? Set your healthy boundaries. Like my nieces are gonna be coming to stay with us for a few weeks, and they're coming from Georgia, which is like 7-8 hours away. And in the past, we will always like meet my sister halfway. But this time I was like, sis, I can't do it. I was like, sis, I can watch. They can come 4 to 6 weeks, but you got to come all the way. That was my boundary. It was like, I can show up, but I can't meet you halfway, baby. I'm not sitting on Buddy's road for 8 hours. I'm not doing it, you know, and she understood. So, you know, there could be some ways that you're being called to show up for others with boundaries without overexhausting yourself. But also, there could be some areas that you need help. Like, you know what, I do need a little help here. I am feeling a little burdened here. I do need a little space here, a little time to myself so I can like help myself, whatever that may be. And that is fair. Okay. So our declaration is going to be, my energy introduces the future I'm manifesting. My energy introduces the future I am manifesting. My energy introduces the future I'm manifesting. Ashe? You said, okay, give me a second because I'm a dinosaur with this stuff, but I'm sending it now. Okay. Graffiti said, this pendulum is interesting. I spoke life into it before it reacted to my question. Ashe. Have fun with it. And I love the pendulums. The pendulums are like your own. It's like anything, right? That's why I love my decks. I laugh sometimes when I do like my collective weekly readings. Because, baby, when I say these cards are so seasoned, y'all see the little creases in them? Y'all can't see that one too much, but they got creases in them, bitch. I done had this deck for years, and I remember there would be a time where I used to throw my decks away because I just want like fresh energy. But this one, I'm like, nah, the saltier the better. You know, like them pots, them old school pots, them pots that your mama had that's old as dirt, but they had them for 15 years, and it's like they just fry the chicken a little different. They fry the chicken a little different because it got a little caked up grease on the side, right? That's that's what these cards are like. But we have a relationship, you know what I mean? Like, I've been working these cards through a lot of different seasons of life, and I'm gonna hold on till the wheels fall off. Like, why not, you know? Or until I feel led to swap them out, which I might, honestly, which is interesting because it's coming up for a reason. This coming up for a reason. So there may be a time soon or not that I refresh my tarot deck energy, because again, it got some stuff, and I love my baby boos, but it might be time for me to recycle. But anyway, yeah, I was just saying it's about establishing your relationship. And so same with the pendulum. I told y'all sometimes my pendulum will be fucking with me. Like, I'll ask it questions that I know goodness hell well the answer to, and it'll give me a stupid ass answer, and I know that it's fucking with me. Like, I know that it's fucking with me, and I'd be like, all right, I'll laugh, and I'll be like, nah, for real. And I ask my question, and it will literally say what I know. Like, bitch, you already knew it. And so it's all about you really cultivating your own personal relationship with your tools, your spiritual tools, and things like that. But yes, have fun with your pendulum. We do sell pendulums on the website for only $13. Y'all, CrystaLineMars.com. To those of you who are intuitive, but you struggle with leaning into that, or you're very indecisive, very busy-minded, that pendulum is going to definitely help you with structuring your thoughts and your actions, okay? Or confirming certain things as well. Belle says skillet energy. What did I see y'all declarations? That's crazy. Only one person. I mean, you do what you want when you pop, and I ain't gonna force y'all to declare that over y'all life. But it just, yeah, it's just mind blowing how many of us we got in here, and I only see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I see 5 declarations, and we got over 20 of us in here, over 30, somewhere around there. I know what I'm doing. My energy is introducing the future that I'm manifesting. So thank y'all for sharing this space, though, nonetheless. And I'm now going to go ahead and move into our personal readings. Y'all stay with us. Brother Lagos will be joining us tonight. I have Nino and Theodore. The doors are closed for readings. And Theodore just wants a general. Nino wants a general. Theodore, what kind of reading would you like? What kind of reading would you like? I share graffiti. So, Nino. Okay. I got you, Theodore. What kind of reading would you like? General, love, career, past, present, future, ancestral. I share the artist. Have you been working with your pendulum? I know you ordered one. All right. So, Nino, we have the Fool here. We have the Ten of Wands. I just heard heavy is the head that wears the crown, that chooses to wear the crown. We have accident. Okay. We have the Reveler. We have isolation in reverse. We have justice upright, literally confirming everything that I felt. Page of Wands, family secrets in reverse. So, okay, I got you, Theodore. So, Nino, this path that you have chosen to embark down is going to be one challenging, because you're going to have to say some things. You're going to feel led. You're not going to have to, but you're going to feel led, and some things are just going to come out that needs to be said, that maybe you don't want to be the one that actually bear the truth or the hard truth. And so Spirit definitely wants you to not overthink what needs to be said, because it's this energy of like, oops, did I speak too soon? Or did I say something? Yeah, like, did I say something too soon? Did I move too soon? And Spirit's like, nope, you said just what needed to be said. You said just what needed to be said. So it could be like revealing some kind of truth about people, like really showing in themselves. It's giving like, this is just an example, but hold on, y'all, we got a little hiccup. Okay, we should be back. But this is like somebody asking for an honest opinion, like, hey, do I look good in this dress? And it's like, honestly, I don't think it's too flattering. I think the color is, whatever. And close it out with the Justice here. This is Libra energy. That is Libra energy. And Libras, like, they care a lot about what people think, but they are meant to really bring balance and harmony to a situation, to relationships, to rooms, environments, and things like that. And so sometimes that requires for them to lean into the uncomfortable. So I do feel this energy of you leaning into the uncomfortable and you shifting energy through your words, through your actions. But with this isolation in reverse, like I said, we've been kind of picking up and preparing for this energy, for this shift for you. When I was like, you're going to be moving more. You're going to be reconciling. How has that been? I'd love to hear. You don't have to share if you don't feel comfortable. You can leave it in the anonymous box if you'd like to. But since you've conducted your clearing with Archangel Michael, and I know you were speaking of like, how you felt like you were being covered and protected and like kind of separated from your family. I didn't know the exact details, and I'm not asking for that, but have you been reconciling with energy? Have you been feeling called to surround yourself back around certain people? Like, or have people just been coming back to you? Like, how has that energy been moving? But nonetheless, your throat chakra, as we've been talking about, is going to be a very powerful, powerful, powerful tool. And so Spirit wants you to trust your discernment and allow for Spirit to speak through you. Okay? That's what I got for you. So next up, we have Theodore for career. Not Shay Bell. Okay, not you. Okay, well, we did cut it on the death, though. Yeah, and I cut it again, and that's still here. So we have the death here. Tomorrow is a 9 universal day representing endings and things. So this is not about tomorrow specifically. It could show up tomorrow. But let's see what's going on with his career. Oh, tomorrow is the 21st too. So this would be a good time to say like a door opener prayer or connect with Ilegwa. I say, you know. Transformation, connecting with yeah, there's some Oyas here too. There's some transformations happening when it comes to this career energy. Let's see. Ooh, we have 11-11, so this is positive shifts here. Unexpected shifts, because it's 11-11 adds up to 4, which is that Aquarius energy. We did have the unexpected shifts come out for the collective. But you're in for a lucky break. It may come in as happy news, experiences, new opportunities, or an exciting acquaintance. You'll find yourself in the right place at the right time. It is not a coincidence, but a gift from fate. So you asked about career. We have endings, but we have beautiful, abundant, bountiful beginnings here for you as well. It says wish come true. Wish come true. So I don't know if you see what the message of the night is: play the role before it's real. So whatever your desires are around career, reflect on your how you're showing up and ask yourself, is this a reflection of how I need to show up when I'm there? If not, what adjustments do I need to make? And begin to make those adjustments. But we do have positive shifts happening at this present moment for you when it comes to your career level. We have next level. So there could be some kind of promotion here around that, pay raise. Yeah, ending of one cycle, opening another. And here we have the Empress. So this is birth. This is abundance. This is a whole new world again. We have the Knight of Wands. So this is something that you're going to, I do feel like whatever shifts this is that's going to happen, it's going to give you like, you're going to be connecting back with like this spark, this purpose. You're going to feel excited to get up and get ready. I'm getting like this. And it's not going to be like just, you know, you're not going to be like super excited all day, every day. But I do see this purpose being restored. Okay, I want to pull one more from OG. What we got? We have this weekend. So I said it's not about tomorrow, but there could be some significance. There could be some downloads. You may feel called to look up certain things, again, make certain shifts or say certain prayers, wear certain colors, go to certain places, set certain intentions. But this weekend is going to be very, very significant when it comes to these endings and new beginnings. Tomorrow, like I said, is a 9 universal day. So Sunday is going to be a 1 universal day. So tomorrow is going to be the ending. Sunday is going to be the beginning. Sunday is also the beginning of a new week. We have 11-11 here. So we have all these new beginnings here. So next week is going to be very, very beautiful and I heard groundbreaking, but also enlightening, very positive. This upcoming week is definitely going to be full of positive energy. So I do feel like this time, at least tomorrow specifically, and the Empress is Taurus. The Empress is Taurus energy. The moon is in Taurus, and this has to do with like possessions. This has to do with stability, security, finances as well, money. So this weekend you may definitely feel called to, again, like maybe look at your bank account or think about like financial goals that you have set certain intentions around that. But I do feel like take it easy this weekend. Honestly, I feel like take it easy this weekend and prepare for this incoming energy, this incoming rush of energy that's flooding in. Literally, I'm seeing, when I said flooding in, I saw Titanic. I saw Titanic. So whatever this is like some massive cycle closing up, making way for a beautiful beginning for you. Okay? So congratulations, Theodore, for this abundance that is flowing into your life. Brother Lagas have not entered the room yet, so I will give a free reading tonight. I am thinking of a number 5, between 5 and 15. So everybody drop a number between 5 and 15, and I will give you a brief need-to-know reading between 5 and 15. Whoever says it first, you get your reading. Guave, we're done. Damn, Guave. We're done. Guave was the first one that came in, and he dropped it like it was hot, bitch. Guave, the number was 11. We're done. Guave pulled out the draw 4, bitch, at the end of the game. Guave had the cards under his hand, under the table, bitch. Guave had 1 card under the table. Y'all can stop. Guave said, wait till this shit spin the block on me. On who? On me. Alright, come on. You said, dang, my first mile was 11. Gotta be quicker than that. You did 13. Guave said, drop 4 on that ass. What we got? So we got thoughts here, Guave. What you thinking about? Guave, you are so annoying. Guave, I feel like you my little brother. You was my little brother in the little past. You was my little brother in the past life. You definitely were. We got thoughts. We got identity theft. You're so annoying. Okay, we got the 9 of Cups. Okay. I'm hearing this a song. It's like all things are working for my good. It's intentional. So, Guave, you need to say some. I don't care if it's a 3-minute prayer, Guave, but I'm giving you some homework. What language do you speak, Guave? What other language outside of English do you speak? Whatever language that is, and this could go for anybody, but I'm talking to Guave. You need to write a prayer down. This I ain't talking about no old Heavenly Father. I ask that you. I'm not talking about that. But you need to let this be channel led. Call forth your higher self to guide you to whatever declarations, whatever you need to speak over your life, over your essence, over your future, over whatever, over your money, whatever, over your evolution, your development. And I need you to write that down in your phone, in your notes. You can write it down on paper too. But you said Jamaican patois and a little Spanish. Okay, so I don't know if that's a translator option on Google Translator, but I need you to translate your, because there's power in different languages, and English is real flat. So like all of our prayers are, well, not all of them, but a lot of my prayers and Lagases are in Swahili. And so, yes, you need to write something brief. It ain't gotta be long, literally. And translate that bitch, record that bitch, and play that bitch daily. Play that bitch daily. It's time for you to start making some shit shake, Guave, because you got a whole bunch of energy here, but it's like you're kind of slow to align with, because it's little things that you do that can make the biggest shifts, and that's one of them. We have illness. Yeah, because it's like you've been in this. Yeah, we got the Fool here. Love these cards. Yeah, we got the Page of Coins. Like, you've been patient. You do, like, you be pretty optimistic and positive about where you are. Grateful for where you are and things like that. But I do get this energy like, you're like, all right, now, hey, ready for some shit to shake. And the shit ready for you to shake it. So that's what I get for you, Guave. Brother Lagas ain't coming yet, so I'm thinking of another number between 18 and 25. Between 18 and 25. Come on, who next? Y'all better take it while I'm feeling lovely, bitch. 18 and 25. Whoever come first, you are it. Who we got? 18 and 25. 18 and 25. Lemonade, we done. Lemonade and Side Films. Y'all both said at the same time. Bless you. I'm gonna slide you in there too. Graffiti. Damn, bitch. Y'all all came in with a 22. Okay, I'm gonna do all y'all as much as I can. Starting with Lemonade. The number was 22. Lemonade, Sign Films, Bless, and Graffiti. That's it. Damn, bitch. All right, Lemonade. Graffiti's about to block Quay. He said 21, 22. We got Assisted Living, Lemonade in reverse. Ooh, we got the Queen of Cups. Nice. 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 Okay. So, Lemonade, you got the Assisted Living in reverse. Queen of Cups upright, Queen of Pentacles upright, and the Child in reverse. So I don't know what space you were in emotionally, but you are definitely transmuting energy, and you're gonna find yourself in a more positive space. There could have been some inner child healing, some stories that are being replayed or something like that, or this could be the theme with this Cancer Moon energy. But I do see you reestablishing yourself and feeling more grounded and stable emotionally. I see emotional stability, calm, you having the ability to think clearly, to just be still, to feel. The energy does feel very light. It does feel very controlled. And when I say controlled, I don't mean like in a fixated way, but more like you feeling more sovereign and whole within yourself. So I do see this energetic, emotional shift, and you feeling more stabilized in your energy and not bothered or not overwhelmed by your emotions. Okay, so I got to move on to the next person. Who we got? Silent Films. Ashe Guave. You said Spirit told me I was getting a free reading tonight. My intuition has been strong these past few days. Look at you! Confirmation! And this is definitely divine because I won't plan on doing this. Not this many anyway. Alright, so Silent Films. Give me 4. One more. Okay. Alright, Knight of Cups, 10 of Wands, Justice. I'm hearing this is not your cross to carry. So there may be something that you are being called to put down. It could have to do with you like trying to help somebody with something, and there's only but so much you can do. So release that burden. Release that burden. And yeah, you might have to pull back energetically from something. You might have to pull back energetically from something. Something about you taking a break, allowing yourself to go. I don't know, you may feel like you just want to take a car ride, or it does feel like this kind of me time where you kind of need to like recalibrate and reinvest back into yourself, pour back into yourself. But something is imbalanced and it ain't nothing you can do about it, okay? But balance your energy. That's what I got for you. Next, we got Blessed and closing out with Graffiti. You talking about Lemonade, talking about career. You don't get to pick when you get a free read. Okay, we got the Empress, Blessed, and you got the Voyager. Okay. We doing 4. That's it. Okay, yeah, we got the Death. Okay. So you need to sit down. I was about to say sit your ass down. Blessed. It does feel like this is escapism energy here. Like you're just all over the place. And even if it's not escapism, you just got a lot of moving parts. And I feel like, yeah, we got the Page of Cups. Slow down. Slow down and ask yourself why. Ask yourself why. And allow for the truth to come up within you. And you may find that your shadows come to light and it's like, because I'm scared, or because I'm anxious, because I'm nervous, because I'm uncomfortable, or whatever. But I do feel like you have a lot of moving parts, and you need to slow down so you can move more in alignment, so you can hear what your higher self is trying to communicate to you. But feels like you're operating more out of survival, out of anxiety, and from your shadow aspect. Okay, so I invite you to slow your roll. You said laugh aloud. Give it to me straight. Sit that ass down. All right, so we close out with graffiti. Butterfly said this was awesome. Many blessings to you all. Thanks that's getting tuned in, getting these gems. Ashe. All right, so graffiti. Close out with graffiti. You said funny. I took a car ride last night during the live. Ashe. All right, graffiti. What we got? Oh. Graffiti, you got the Empress. You got the Nine of Cups. It's a the finger looking good chicken wing card. You got the Queen of Wands. You have new relationship here. So you have established some kind of new relationship with the Divine Feminine. Divine Feminine fucks with you hard, graffiti. You might want to get you some Divine Feminine candles in the future, but I would definitely extend my gratitude to the Divine Feminine. You may want to create like a Divine Feminine prayer, like featuring all of the goddesses that you work with. But yeah, I got heavy Divine Feminine energy showing up for you and helping you align with these wishes come true, helping things move and flow easily for you with this Nine of Cups. So it's giving like extend your gratitude. It's giving extend your gratitude for surely. For surely. I'm seeing a celebration, like a party. Not sure if this is something that's already happening or something that you will be holding in meditation or in another realm. But it's this celebration energy here. So we got the Six of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Graffiti, you already know. So yeah, it's heavy on extending gratitude. And the Divine Feminine, it's a couple of them. It's at least 7 to 8. It's about 10 of them hoes that's working with you. They fucks with you heavy. So they just coming through to let you know that whatever you've been doing, whoever you've been connecting with, they've been appreciating, like you know, giving them attention. They're so annoying. And like putting them to use nonetheless. And so yeah, definitely expect a lot of things to be flowing in with this Taurus and Cancer energy. Okay? So that's what I got for you. All right, Ashley, I'm ready. All right, y'all. So thank y'all for sharing this space. That was so beautiful. If y'all would like a personal reading, y'all can head over to the website, CrystalineMars.com for to book your personal services, personal rituals with myself and or Brother Lagaz. If y'all have any questions, well, I guess for me, it's time to close out now. But y'all head over to the website, get y'all royal link necklaces, CrystalineMars.com. Super, super beautiful. Again, I will see y'all in the comments. I'm about to slide over to the comments, but Brother Lagaz is about to come through with the spiritual lesson of the night. Butterfly Babe said, thank you for your energy and your kind love. Of course, thank you for sharing this space. Thank y'all for sharing this space. Graffiti said, we are working wonders over here. Thank you, Divine Goddesses. For sure, Ashe. Ashe-sis. I hope I could be able to sleep tonight. I took that nap so late. I don't want to be up late tonight. I might take a bath. Those normally wear me out. You say, yeah, remember when I invited you to the celebration? Oh, okay. Let me know what's the color theme. What's the color theme? What are you doing? Okay. Of course, midnight. Yeah, I got some reads. So how many reads did I do tonight? Like 5? I did 5 readings tonight? Or like the free ones? What he talk about? Ooh, the guy's talking about Queen energy, the Queen of Hearts. The Queen of Hearts is the Queen of Cups in Tarot, and that's what Graffiti just pulled. So, here's to see what this is about. Sounds like a good one. Looks like a good one. All right, y'all. So here you go. Peace and love. I love y'all, and I'll see y'all on the other side. You said, hey guys, what's the declaration for today? Y'all update lovely. Y'all update lovely. All I tell you. So one of the declarations are, my energy introduces the future I'm manifesting. My energy introduces the future I'm manifesting. And the other is, I carry myself like my prayers are already answered. I carry myself like my prayers are already answered. I carry myself like my prayers are already answered. All right, y'all. Later, get it. All right. Look at you, looking like a PIMP. I don't know what you heard about me, but a bitch can't get a dollar out of me. Cause I'm a motherfucker B.I.M.P. Okay, come on. I want to be a hoe. Y'all know a movie that's wrong. I want to be a hoe. Ashe, Theodore. Trick love the kids, bitch. Okay, I'm going. Bye.
Peace, family. Peace, family. Today's spiritual lesson is on the Queen of Hearts. On the Queen of Hearts. So, one of the... Now, this is based off of America, United States of America, right? I have not figured out how to break down the world's energy yet, but eventually, hopefully, I'll be able to do that. But this is based off of America's energy, which is based off of America's birthday, which I've talked about before. Peace to Midnight Mocha, it's Theodore Williams, Ashe. I talked about America's birthday, two birthdays, July 4th, August 2nd, but they're both 1776, right? So either way it works. Now, the energy, one of the energy switches that are going to happen, I talked about the 7 of clubs, right? But that's not going to be for another 20 years. It's like 2049, right? Another smaller switch, you could say, is going to be to the Queen of Hearts, right? It's switching from a 10 of Spades, which is a strong energy for the past going on 30 years, about 28 years this cycle. This is a 28-year cycle, where it's been centered around getting to the bag, basically. Work, right? The song with Rihanna, work, yeah, work. I wonder when that song came out. I gotta look that up. I'm sure it's been within the past 30, definitely within the past 30 years, right? Past 28 years. So that's where that was one of the most powerful vibrations that would allow for some of the greatest success, right? Now one of the energies that's being switched to a Queen of Hearts energy, right? It just so happens that 2028 adds up to 3, which adds up to Jupiter as well. Because Queen of Hearts is going to be in a Jupiter line. It's going to be, so when I say switching to the Queen of Hearts, meaning it's switching to where our Jupiter representing good luck, representing expansion, representing what all the other vibration, what all the other cards are traveling around, is the Queen of Hearts. Now, on a spiritual level, all the cards are rotating around the Queen of Clubs, always the Queen of Clubs. That's always in the background. That's the foundational structure to this matrix, is the Queen of Clubs, right? So now you have this double Queen energy. So now the physical rotation is going to be around the Queen of Hearts, right? That's going to be one of the rotations, right? Which means that we're going to be heavily focused on women. It's going to be heavily, so when they say the future is woman, this is the future that they're talking about. The future is woman. It's going to start coming heavily in 2028, right? And this is a good thing because it's going to have a lot of because it's in the Jupiter section, so it's a good thing, right? Surrounding it is some other, you got a family card, but there's also a divorce and card as well. But it can, but it has a positive side too. It can be love, adventurous, and things like that. There's a lot of travel energy around it as well. Actually, I got it. Where's my books? My books show. But I got 2 of diamonds. Okay. So in 2028, from 2028 until until 2050, 2056. I believe that's the number. I have to double check. I don't have that one in front of me. But from 2020, I think that's a 28-year cycle I was looking at. At least from 2028, I believe 2056, will be in that Queen of Hearts energy. So it will be so the most successful, the success is going to come highly now from strong relationships, marriages, significant other, relationships. You'll probably see a lot of, you should have a lot more births, a lot more babies happening, a lot more people getting together. You will, let me see. Yeah, you'll probably see a lot more open type of polygamous type of situations around this time. But there will also be a lot of financial success. The financial success and growth will happen from being with the right partner, especially for the women. This is your time in 2028, and for the next until like 2056. This is your time actually to get with the right partner. To build your core. This is your power couple time, right? This is your time to try to establish that power couple type situations or power family dynamics. Now, understand that I was actually listening the other day how somebody was talking about they looking at the data, looking at history that like over all history, like 90%, I believe, of all relationships have been polygamous type of relationships. So monogamy is seems to be a very rare concept. Okay. Now it might not be that high. Maybe it might be a little bit lower than that, but still, it's something to keep in mind, women, because those are going to be in alignment. The Queen of Hearts is going to be in alignment with the Queen of Clubs. Queen of Clubs is the most intelligent of all of the cards, the most intelligent of all of the queens, the most intuitive, the most spiritually in alignment. Okay, so those who are the most mature spiritually in alignment will be able to benefit the most from this aspect. Those who are not in that high, vibration will deal with a lot of the that Five of Hearts type of energy, where the divorce type of energy, breakup type energy, those type of issues. Right now, I do understand there will be a lot of work required, though, by both partners. But in this partnership, in these marriages, in these significant other, connections, work will be required. But the work now is not chasing the bag itself. Right now, we're in the chase the bag, workaholic type of situation. It's going to switch over to working diligently in establishing your family and building your family, right? Now, I will say this to the men, that the women will be highly focused on the Eight of Diamonds, which is the ballers, basically. The ballers, the powerful financiers, right? The money makers, right? That type of deal. So men do understand that you're gonna have to get your money right, or at least your understanding of money and it's gonna be more than just about being a baller in this particular era. Because right now you see the ballers attract a lot of attention, but the difference in this. In 2028, when this shifts over, is that it's going to be highly important to know how to balance your money and be emotionally balanced, right? Men and women, it's going to be important to be emotionally balanced, to be financially balanced, right? Right. We know debt is a very big thing, not just for the country, but for the people, right? So it's going to be all about balancing out debts, balancing out traumas and healing the heart, things like that. That's going to be a very big aspect, especially when it comes to healing the heart, healing from traumas, healing from past lives, healing, spiritually is going to be a very big thing, because we have there's going to be the Six of Hearts is going to be have a Neptune connection, right? Okay, and we see like, and that Six of Hearts is connected to karma as well. So it's about balancing. So it's going to be really focused on balancing one's karma, right, and dealing with one's past. You know how people may say that the past doesn't matter. Well, the past is going to matter now. So just keep in mind of that. Keep in mind of that. Also, we're gonna go. It looks like it's gonna be very useful, very powerful, for people to get heavily back into spirituality. Spirituality, whether that be through a particular religion, or whether it be through some sort of means like we're doing here. But it's gonna be very prominent that people are going to get heavily into the teaching and the spreading of spiritual knowledge, and it's going to be that's also going to create a lot of success and growth and expansion for a lot of people as well. Shay. Especially for the women, or for the men who are in good, strong, balanced relationships with women, right? Understand, so for the women out there, understand this is definitely going to be your time for your come up. It's going to be a time to go to the next level, socially, financially, spiritually. This will actually be a very great time over the next 30 years, starting in 2028, I say. So take advantage of that. And for the men, this will be your time to find the partner that you're looking for, to assist and help you in your growth, because the growth is going to be centered around the feminine energy, Shay. And for the men, it's going to be important for you to be really at this time. It won't be as helpful just to have a wife, or just to have a woman, or just to have multiple women, or whatever. That's not, I mean, to some extent, it's going to have a lot of good luck energy, yes. But the real power is going to be connected to the women who are very spiritually inclined, very highly spiritually inclined. Okay. Yeah, okay, and I see the Queen of Hearts. Okay, so in this time, in this era, women in general, you know how women, they say are catty. Women in general, you should actually be able to connect from what I'm seeing. I think you should be able to, and I recommend that you really focus on learning how to successfully interact and communicate and work together with other women. Just period. Just other women. Why? Because I see in here, I see the Queen of Hearts. I see the Queen of Hearts, and I see it connected in these two diagonal shapes to the Queen of Spades and the Queen of Diamonds, right? Where's the Queen of Clubs at? Now the Queen of Clubs, where's the Queen of Clubs? Okay, I see it connected in the same manner. I see it two spaces. These two spaces. Why are these two spaces significant? These two spaces represent Venus. Venus represents relationships, right? So there's an intimate connection between the Queen of Hearts, which is behind the Queen of Hearts is the Queen of Clubs. Also behind it is the Ten of Diamonds, right? And then it's connected intimately by Venus to the Queen of Spades and the Queen of Diamonds. Queen of Diamonds is another wife type of energy. Queen of Hearts is definitely very heavily on the motherly side and nurturing side. So you definitely want to get into your feminine aspect, your feminine side of things, right? The Queen of Diamonds dealing more with organizing, finances, values, character, things like that. Queen of Spades deals with service, servicing others, servicing the people, servicing the family, servicing, right? So that's Uranus. Right, yes. So it's going to be, for the women out there, you definitely, if you want to receive the most success, the most benefit, and the men as well, understand this as well. If you want to receive the most success, the most benefit, it's going to be important for everybody to be very heavily focused on being of service, to other people, being of service to other people, being very focused on your character, having your principles in order, your values, things like that, and sticking to them. Sticking to them. And that's it for now. We'll leave it at that. So we'll go into the Q&A portion here. Dublé says, interesting. This sounds like pre-game energy we're in now. Jupiter is in Cancer until next June, which has a similar energy. Ashe to that. Ashe to Married 007, and to Love the Homemade. Ashe. Ashe to that. But I will say, though, that though all those things were said, it looks like it will be important to just be mindful of the slick talkers, right? Be mindful of the slick talkers. Ashe. Let's see. Theodore Williams says, it is that high, everybody's cheating most. Is it that high, everybody's cheating most? Well, I don't know. Cheating is a pretty, it's a new term. Cheating is a new term. It wasn't, so. But I understand what you're saying, though. I understand what you're saying. But going into the new cycle, it's going to be the most successful individuals are going to be those who are who are not going to be doing things behind or having relationships behind people's backs. That's not going to be a successful pattern going into the next cycle. Right? Those who are going to be successful in the partnerships are going to have to have some structure to it. It says, can you hit the bell for transition? Sure. Silent Film says, it's amazing you say this about 2028. because that's the year of the monkey. Ashe to that. Like right now, we're in the, what are we in? I forgot. We're in the year of the snake, I believe. America was created in the, was it created in the year of the monkey? I need to go study on the year of the monkey. Then I need to go see that, what's going on with that. We're in the year of the snake. Kai Cenat was born in the year of the snake. Very big name. Very big name right now in the streaming. So is I Show Speed as well. He's born the year of the monkey, so he'll probably have a really big, even bigger year in 2028, I'm sure. See Graffiti look like he wants to try to come on face to face. I'm gonna let him in a second. Let's see. Mary 007 Clark says yes, the feminine energy is definitely returning. We are leaving the Piscean age and going into the Aquarian age. Is going to be so beautiful. Well, hopefully, right. I would say, but the thing, me personally, I would say that the Aquarian age doesn't come for another 100 and about like 50, like another 115 years, something like that. So if you could live that, if you live that long, which is definitely possible, based on where we're going right now, it's definitely possible. Then, yeah, definitely I share to that, right? I share to that. You know, but the Aquarian age, see, here's the thing about the Aquarian age. The Aquarian age is about transitioning. It's about transitioning, right? And that transition can be a transition into a higher plane of awareness, of consciousness, which it will be for some. But there will also be those who will lose their consciousness and will be transitioned into source, into some sort of source, and will lose connection to self. They will lose themselves. They will be lost in the void. So understand that there's a lot of, some spiritual people get caught up in or religious people get caught up in like the doom and gloom of things and apocalyptic type of manners. And then some get too caught up in the happy, everybody's gonna, elevate type of concept as well. It's more of a choice. It's more about what path you go down. Right? So if you do things a certain way, you will elevate. If you do things another way, you will get lost in the sauce, right? And be recycled. So that's just something to keep in mind. Those are the pros and cons of the feminine energy. Those are the pros and cons of the feminine energy. The feminine energy, what does feminine energy do? It receives, it sucks up, right? It engulfs, men get lost in a woman. You see what I'm saying? Your soul can get snatched, by the woman, things like that, right? You get it. That's what happens. You get lost in darkness. So understand that going back to the feminine is not necessarily what you think it is. If you get too lost in the feminine as a woman or as a man, it doesn't matter the gender. The feminine and masculine has nothing to do with genders. They have to do with how the energy is behaving. That's all. Masculine and feminine is just telling you how the energy you're dealing with is behaving. there's a lot of people, men and women, who are so obsessed with the feminine energy that they are allowing themselves to be lost in it and lose track of themselves. We've seen this in real life where people just go along with whatever's happening, with whatever is promoted, whatever is propagandized. They just go along with it because it's as long as there's a woman attached to it in some way, as long as there's some sort of feminine attached to it, we're going with it. And what happened? What started happening to society? It started becoming debaucherous. It started breaking down. Laws started getting weird. Politics started acting weird. Things even got started getting unsafe for women. Right. So don't get lost in it. We're not going. It's not. It's. Well, some people are going back to the feminine, which is just chaos, which is no rules. The goal is to transition from one is to successfully transition into a new feminine structure, a new feminine energy. Otherwise, you just get caught up in all the feminine energy and on all of her greatness and expansion, and you just become lost in the sauce and things don't make sense, right? You want to maintain the masculinity. You use the masculinity as your oar, as your rowboat through the rivers to go from one area to a new area, right? But these are waters. If you're just in love with the ocean, you'll get lost in the ocean. Now, you still want to have a map, a goal of what islands you're trying to reach, right? To establish new land, new empires, new existences, new experiences. Ashe. Theodore Williams says, right, I was married for 18 years. I don't want to. Ashe, you don't want to. I'm not sure what you don't want to do, but Ashe. Mr. Reed Wright says, peace and love, brother. God's peace to you as well. I say peace to you as well. I say. So just understand, when you go back to the feminine energy, that's usually when the most, when you go pure feminine, a lot of chaos happens. When you go pure masculine, a lot of oppression happens. Ashe. So these are things to be mindful of. Ashe. You always want to maintain the balance. So when we go into this feminine energy, understand I'm trying to prepare you for it because that's when a lot of bad things can happen, right? But it should. I don't think it, or it shouldn't, because of the way it's set up. The way it's set up, it shouldn't. We should be all right there. But we can't get lost in the comfortability of this Queen of Hearts. We can't get lost in the comfortability of this, which can come back to bite us later down the road. Because it can also be a very promiscuous time. It can be a very promiscuous time as well. Many women might find, and many might find a lot of short-term successes in those times, right? Prostitution can go to an all-time high as well, right? So these are just things to think about. Ashe. So let me go ahead and, but I have to do more studies and get more clarity on that transition. Let's go ahead and see what Graffiti's talking about.
OG,
Peace, peace.
how you feeling, boss?
Feeling well. How about yourself?
Feeling lovely. I appreciate the lessons on the cards.
Sure, yes, it is. It is time. It is that time.
Did you do? I know you said like the Queen of the Clubs is like the center of one of the most important pieces, if not the most important pieces. But did you do it? Have you done the lessons on the clubs yet?
On the clubs, well, the clubs deal with the mind, right? All club cards deal with the mind. Some deal with the mind as far as creativity, writing, communication. Some deal with like mental health. Some deal with balancing your thoughts or your words. And some deal with like mental manifestations or mental magics, manipulations. Some deal with like knowledge, teaching, wisdom. Some deal with manipulation, gossip. But the most important one would be the Queen of Clubs out of all the clubs, for she is the pure intuition. And she is the ultimate structure of our existence, is the Queen of Clubs in this particular matrix that we live in. So the reason why, if you're tapped into your intuition, you're able to foresee the future, or avoid certain negative experiences, things like that. It's because because the Queen of Clubs is the one who's created. She is the creator of all of this, right? In a sense, she is the mind of all of it. Therefore, if you tap into her, then you tap into all possibilities, right? You tap into all possibilities, and that is really that's who you. That's the other part of God that we should be praying to. That's the part that we're praying to and trying to connect to, is pure intuition side. Pure intuition side. Right now, or for a while, we were only more concerned about the King of Spades. The King of Spades, which deals with wisdom, structure, and the King of Spades is a transition energy. The King of Spades never moves. It's always in the same place, no matter what year it is, no matter what the time frame, it never moves. And it's you can essentially say it's in the crown chakra, and it's a cross between it's a crown chakra, and it's also connected to Saturn, right? So, which is also connected to the crown chakra. Saturn, the rings. You think about the rings around Saturn. You think about the halo, right? It's all crown chakra energy. You also think about Saturn, Satan, who deals with the mind as well, who was considered, I think, he definitely considered very knowledgeable, right? If not the most knowledgeable. Out of Lucifer was the most knowledgeable, I think, out of all the angels, right? So those all connect. But it is the Queen of Clubs, though, is who we're trying to connect to. who you're trying to connect to. But even that, there's a process to successfully and to doing that. There's a process. Basically, your mind and heart have to be in the right place. Otherwise, you won't. Otherwise, you'll end up connecting to the Queen of Hearts, thinking it's the Queen of Clubs.
Yeah, I can make that connection, definitely.
Right, and the Queen of Hearts deals with pleasure.
The emotion, right?
Emotions. Right, but if we look at the the Queen of Clubs, like I said, is the most it's the most spiritual card, right? But our physical reality is the physical reality. Is how it's set up. And if you look, the Queen of Hearts is in this Neptune section. Which means that we perceive the Queen of Hearts in this physical reality, we perceive the Queen of Hearts as the most spiritual energy. But the real most spiritual energy is the Queen of Clubs. But we end up looking at it, but if you're not taught properly, you're going to think the Queen of Hearts is. So you're going to think your emotions are God. You're going to think your feelings and desires are God. Right? You're going to think your passion and all passions are God. You're going to think your pleasures, you're going to think everything's going to be associated, and you're actually even going to think that sex itself is God. These are things. That's how you're going to end up looking at it. All right. So it's important that we have to that's why the very first thing to get in touch with the Queen of Clubs, the very first thing we're supposed to master is self. That's why we always go back to self. The very first thing is the Ace of Hearts, is self. And in that mastering self, it's the mastering the understanding of self, meaning, knowing who you are, knowing your history, knowing who your spiritual makeup, your genetic makeup, your culture, the universe is this is all about learning self and how you're connected to all things, right? But we have not been taught. We've lost that. We've stopped teaching that quite a long time ago. So it ends up creating confusion, which is what we see here. So instead of being in the Ace of Hearts, which is learning about self first, we never learned that. So then we end up living in this physical realm, which I put double here, physical realm. And our very first card we end up running into is the Three of Hearts, which deals with
backwards on both my screens.
Backwards. All right.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. I can't flip it. But
yeah.
The Three of Hearts ends up being confusion, a state of confusion. State of confusion, right? So.
What about the Three of Clubs?
Now, all threes can deal with confusion, right? Mm-hmm. The Three of Clubs, though. So Three of Hearts deals with like confusion as far as what's my connection to other people? Mm-hmm. What's my connection as far as relationships are concerned, family, things like that.
Excuse me.
The Three of Clubs deals with confusion, can deal with confusion as far as communication or in writing, right? But it can also deal with the most creative writers, the most creative artists, the most creative musicians or actors or speakers or things like that, right? Or authors, right? So it's so threes always have a lot of creativity, and three, as far as the cards are concerned, deals with Eshu, deals with, Legba.
Oh shit. Yeah, no wonder this joint flew out when I was shuffling.
Ashe, right, deals with labor. The three of clubs is going to deal with labor the most out of all the threes.
Yeah. I don't know if I should come on and share this, but it was just on my mind.
Mm-hmm.
It had something to do with initiation. But I feel like every time I get out in nature, it always like the weather is wild for like the next week. Like it's reacting to me, like what I've done out like in nature or whatever I do, meditate, something in my offerings. It always responds like with the weather.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's as much as I can share on that right now. I was gonna go into a whole story, but yeah, I don't think I can share that on here.
Okay. But say it again, though. Say it again for me again.
Basically, it's like the weather reacts to my works that I do out in nature. I wouldn't say like now because it's happened multiple times. So the weather reacts to when I do my works in nature.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's not uncommon.
Mm-hmm.
There's all kind of things being affected by, what we do. And some people have stronger connections to certain things more than others, right? So, now, you can say we all have the ability to change the weather, right? The question just becomes like, how do I make that connection to the weather? And based off of certain things that you do, you found ways how to connect to the weather by doing certain exercises.
Right.
By doing certain exercise, right? If I did the same exercises, it might not work for me. Right. So, we're all connected, but you got to find your string.
Yeah.
You got to find how your string connects, right? Your left eye might connect to weather, but yeah, my right ear might be what connects to the weather. It's like that type of concept. You don't know how the connection is there. The question is about, finding it. It's all about finding it.
Sure. And there's a bunch of tools to help you do so. Shoot, cards, pendulum, whatever. Meditate. The biggest tool you can use is yourself, your chakras. Honestly.
Yes, because that's going to be the your strongest connection to the feminine. Your soul. I mean.
Speaking of which, I got some heart chakra work to do tonight.
Ashe. But it's like I said though, see, we do get confused that the masculine and feminine, we look at them as like these permanent states of existence, which is not the case at all. We look at it the same way we look at it as women and men. That's why I don't subscribe to the idea that women are feminine and men are masculine. No, we are a combination of both.
Okay. Both can show up.
It's not that both can show up, both are always showing up.
Yeah.
Right? It's just that our eyes get caught in the Queen of Hearts. We're not looking from the Queen of Clubs lens. Right? So we're getting caught up in, well, a woman makes me feel feminine, a man makes me feel masculine. See, those are your emotions. Right? Both are masculine, both are feminine. It's just the way they're combined is in a different structure, so it just looks different. Right? Femininity is just a state of which the energy is in. So when the energy is in this perfect storm of energy, which we call blackness or darkness, that's femininity. That's feminine. But when the energy is transitioning, when it's transforming, that's when we see colors. We see white as far sometimes from the clashing. We'll see red, we'll see blue, we'll see green, we'll see all these different colors. That's masculinity. But it's the same thing. It's the dark energy. It's just going through a transitional period. So it looks like something else, but it came from the darkness. It didn't. It's just the dark, and then eventually it'll go back to darkness, right? So they're just different states of existence. That's all it is. So the soul, in the dimension that it exists in, it's darkness. It's pure darkness. It's feminine. But when it transitions through that dimension and it splits its light into the 7 chakras and illuminates the body, that's masculine. That's masculine, right? So it's just feminine transferring into what we perceive as masculine, right? The idea is to like I said, it is to bring that soul, to bring that feminine energy to this plane directly into the body. So that you would actually see the body it'll be fluorescent. It'll light up.
Yeah.
It'll light up.
I got an image of like a prism when you said like you see the masculine coming through in the different chakras with that color.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was it was like a form of a light body, but it was like a masculine form.
Mm-hmm.
So I get what you're saying. I see that.
Sure. Sure. Any other questions?
I don't think I had any. I don't think nothing else really sparked something. I just been playing around with this pendulum, and I drew a few cards. That's it.
Sure.
I really got no, but there I did. What was prominent in them is matching king energies and matching tens. Every time I do pulls, like same repeating things always come out. Just trying to get a better understanding of them.
Well, I mean, tens are always, that's always a good sign. It's good luck numbers. Tens are always good luck cards, I should say. Tens are always good luck cards. The kings, queens, jacks are typically on the good luck side, but they can be challenging as well sometimes. But when you combine them with the 10, though, that's always a good thing. That's always a good thing. Anything combined with the 10, it's always gonna turn out one.
Sure.
All right, graffiti.
Guys, peace to you. Thanks for having me on.
Yes, sir. Thank you for coming on. Blessings. Let me go ahead real quick and go through the chat, see what was said. Cause I guess I didn't see the whole thing that Theodore had said when he said, "Man, for 18 years, I don't want to cheat." Okay, there was more to it. I don't want to cheat, but I also don't want a relationship. That's what okay. I attracted different women, but I'm not a womanizer. Shay, right. What it is a challenge, and when it comes to that type of deal, saying, you don't want to cheat, and there's a multi-layered conversation. It's multi-layered. 'Cause one, it depends on your perspective of things. You may need to change your perspective, right? Because cheating, the word cheating implies there's a game being played. There's a game being played, right? So, question is, are you playing in the game or not? Or, you know, are you, and as long as you believe that, then, you know, it's always going to be tough. Now, there's definitely there's a lot to unpack there as far as your marriage, as far as your beliefs, as far as your desires. It's like there's a lot to unpack there. So we would have to like go through all that to really figure out how to navigate that. Ashe. So the whole war would start over feminine energy. So graffiti, Ashe. Sagana says, peace to the warriors, peace to them. Sign Film says, that makes sense to me. We are all connected to certain elements in nature, Ashe. It's a law as well, the law of gender, also law of polarity, Ashe. Sign Film says, is the screening flashback black? Is the screening flashing black off and on for anyone else? Okay, I don't know, we're getting the flashes going. It's like hot and cold temperature, screen not screening, okay. I hope is it screening now? Is it visible? Okay, just wanted to make sure it wasn't my phone. Okay, so for Sagana was also flashing. Sorry about that. I like how you mirrored the text on your white board, Ashe. Yeah, because it shows up differently for TikTok versus Instagram versus YouTube, so I had to start mirroring it. Ashe to Butterfly Babe. Ashe, Ashe. So it looks like we got to everybody for tonight. Alright, so we'll go ahead and say Ashe, Asante, and Amen. Ime Kamalika. It is done. And we will see you on Sunday. I think I think the sale might be over now, but it might be not. So go to CrystalineMars.com for the Juneteenth. Ashe.